Welcome everyone. In today's video, we'll be doing a market analysis for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So starting with Bitcoin on the daily time frame, overall we can see that we are bearish. This being our daily time frame high, this being our low, and this being our break of structure. So we are bearish on the daily time frame. Now, if you are looking out for price action, or rather supply and demand zones, this is one valid supply zone on the daily time frame that we could expect price to go into and then start the sell to the downside. But checking out the most recent price action, let's see what happened yesterday. So now we got into a lower time frame supply zone, finally gave us a weak move at this point 2 days ago, and then yesterday we had a bearish move to the downside after giving a week. So that is indicative of price now trying to respect the supply zone and seeking a move to the downside. Now, the only issue I have with this is that this looks like an inside back candle. This was still the high, this was still the low. Price never broke above it or even gave it a week. It would have been a stronger signal if price had at least wicked here. Then we'll know that okay, price had taken liquidity and now we should be looking for sales to the downside. But for now, I won't really say that we will just start dumping. No, there's a possibility that price can still go off and break this whole thing and even break this supply zone. So we just need to be careful. When we'll be sure of a move to the downside is if price wicks here and then gives us a bearish candle, then we can start looking for sales. But for now, we have to be careful of what happens. It's still more probable for it to sell, but it's not as certain as it would have been if there had been a week at that level. So moving down to the 4-hour time frame, what can we say here? So this is it. This is our break of structure to the downside here. So we are on a bearish move. This is the week low, and rather the 4-hour low and the 4-hour high. Now checking what happened since yesterday, you can see that price is reacting beautifully off of this zone here. So we didn't get ourselves a bearish engulfing candle around here, which would have been nice because then we'll at least confirm that okay, price wants to sell. Just like I said when there was no wick, the fact that there was no wick that took liquidity, swept liquidity here, was showing signs that okay, price might not really sell from there. Another one here is that on the lower time frame there isn't any bearish engulfing candle. It is also indicative of uncertainty of whether price wants to actually sell or not. So I would really be careful looking for selling opportunities. I'll be careful looking for selling opportunities around this zone until I get myself a bearish engulfing candle. This could also be, what price comes down into to start buying to the upside. We never know. So just be careful. If you're also looking for a more long-term buy when price gets to this point, we could see something from here, or we could see just a reaction to break it. So for now, just be very careful with what you are doing around this region. Checking out the 1-hour time frame. So the 1-hour time frame doesn't really have any clean zone. I would have marked this out as a clean zone, but due to this long week here, it has already been mitigated, so I'm not really going to take that. Now this is where we are getting the bearish engulfing candle formation, and price broke this level, came up here and is selling from there. Now I would probably wait for this level to get broken before I start looking for possible places to join the sell from, because now on the lower time frame, on the 1-hour time frame, we are now actually looking like we could be selling, even if the daily and 4-hour have not given us that signal yet. So for now, this is also a bullish engulfing. So like I said, you have to break this level first, then I can now look for that's a confirmation, a re-entry into the zone, and how to sell to the downside. So that is it. Like I said, we'll wait for this break first and then we can act accordingly. On the 15-minute time frame, this is it. Our range is still intact. Still intact. So we need to wait for whatever the price does. This is just like what I said on the 1-hour time frame. This is now a valid zone that price could actually break off to start buying from, or we wait for it to break it and then this becomes liquidity. You'll start looking for possible targets around here. Price to take the liquidity and then go into the targets and start selling from there. That is it on BTCUSD. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, drop a comment. subscribe to my other channels because I also analyze different assets on those channels. Then also follow me on TikTok, on X, and join my Telegram community. All the links will be in the description. So let's move over to Ethereum. Ethereum on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, this is what we have here. I think Ethereum is also bearish, but let us check the most recent price action. So just like on Bitcoin, we are coming off a valid supply zone. Now this one has already given us some confirmation here that price wants to sell. We also gotten another one here, price wants to sell from there. So we are currently inside the zone, and you can see this last 2 days candle give us a week here, showing that price could be rejecting this level or looking for sales. But then it didn't give us, just like on Bitcoin, it didn't give us a sweep before this bearish candle. So this is just an inside candle, possibly a doji, meaning price might be indecisive at the moment. So just like I said on Bitcoin, I think we should be waiting for price to break some levels to the downside and give us further confirmation before we actually start looking for the sales, long-term sales. Now this is a lower time frame demand zone that we could use, we could see a possible reaction off of. So we should not be in a hurry to take trades at the moment. If you check the 4-hour time frame, this is the 4-hour time frame overall. These are break of structure, 4-hour high and a 4-hour low. So we are bearish on the 4-hour time frame. Now this is one thing I am watching here. Price to liquidity here entered into the zone, and it looks like it wants to start reacting from it. But I will only look for sales to enter sales when this demand zone has been broken completely. I would want to see it get broken. Then possibly if it forms a new supply zone, I would then look for how to enter the trade, clear out this zone here. So that's what I'm looking out for. The zone at 1882, 1882 should get broken. So that is it on the 4-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, this is our zone here. We are currently bearish. This is our break, our high and our low. So yeah, just like on the daily time frame, if you're looking for buys, like I said, this is a refinement zone here. You can buy from here only when you are sure of what price wants to do. If you're not sure, buying at this point is like counter trend, but it is still a reaction zone. If you're a scalper, then you can possibly look for quick buys. But if you're a day or swing trader, for me, as price is bearish, I think I would expect this zone to get broken first before I then look for the sell. Not before the zone is broken, you start looking for sales. No, wait for it to get broken. Patience is key. So on the 15-minute time frame, I think range is still the same as that of the 1-hour time frame. So there isn't really anything new here. That is it, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and join the Telegram community. All the links will be in the description. Thank you, and we'll see you again later. Goodbye.